Welcome to session 7 of BSc Physics. The topic of discussion is atomic physics. I am Dr. K.N. Jagadish. The contents of this session are as follows. First, we will be discussing the Pauli's exclusion principle. Next comes the coupling schemes. Third is the derivation of the expression for maximum number of electrons in an orbit. Fourth one is the selection rules. Then application of these selection rules to describe the spectra of alkali elements and also the fine structure of sodium D lines. To begin with, we will just try to discuss the Pauli's exclusion principle. This principle explains the electronic configurations of atoms having more than one electron. This statement of the principle is no two identical electrons in an atom can exist in the same quantum state. That is, the quantum state of an electron in an atom is defined by four quantum numbers n, l, ms, ml. Each electron must have a different set of quantum numbers as predicted by Pauli's exclusion principle. This means that if two electrons in an atom have the same value of the three quantum numbers, say n, l, and ml, the fourth quantum number, ms, must be definitely a different for them. In case of helium atom containing two electrons which occupy n equals 1 orbit, say the kth shell, then L must be equal to 0 and ML must be equal to 0. And for the two electrons, MS must be equal to plus half and minus half. For n equals 2 orbit, that is L shell, the possible values of L are 0, 1. Because the orbital quantum number takes integer values starting from 0 up to n minus 1. Hence, the value of ml is equal to 0, plus 1, minus 1. Finally, ms is equal to plus half and minus half for the two electrons, depending upon the parallel and anti-parallel spins. Hence, the possible combinations of four quantum numbers are 2, 0, 0, half, 2, 0, 0, minus half, 2, 1, minus 1, plus half, 2, plus 1, minus 1, minus half, 2, plus 1, plus 1, plus half, 2, plus 1, plus 1, minus half, 2 plus 1, 0, plus half, 2, 1, 0, minus half. Therefore, the maximum number of electrons that can exist in L shell is equal to 8. Coming to the coupling schemes, depending on the coupling between the component vectors of the electron, two types of coupling are defined. The first one is called LS coupling, which is also referred to as the Russell-Saunders coupling. This type of coupling is found in majority of the atoms. It is magnetic in nature. During LS coupling, the magnetic moment μs due to electron spin is influenced by the magnetic moment μl due to its orbital motion. That is, this LS coupling arises due to the interaction of the magnetic moments due to orbital motion and the magnetic moment due to spin motion. The strength of the interaction depends upon the relative orientation of the two magnetic moments. The principles of LS coupling are as follows. Here, all three vectors, that is capital L, capital S, and capital J, are quantized. Secondly, capital L is always an integer, including 0. Third one, the spin vector, capital S, is an integer or half integer, depending on the number of electrons involved and the direction of spin. Just applying these principles, we can see for a single electron, S is equal to half. If there are two electrons, S can be equal to +1 for anti-parallel or 0 for parallel. Sorry, it is 1 for parallel or 0 for anti-parallel. In a 3-electron system, S is equal to 3/2 or plus half, depending upon 2 electrons are parallel and 1 is anti-parallel, or 1 is parallel and 2 are anti-parallel. For the 4-electron system, S is equal to 2, 1, 0. The other next condition is capital J, the total magnetic quantum number, J, capital J must be an integer and it can take values of 0, 1, 2, 3. The second type of coupling is called the JJ coupling. Here, the coupling arises if the interaction between the spin and orbital vector of each electron is stronger than the interaction between either the spin vector or the orbital vector of different electrons. This type of coupling is observed in the case of the excited states of some heavy atoms. Coming to the derivation of the expression for maximum number of electrons in an orbit, the main orbit consists of a number of subshells called orbitals. The number of electrons in an orbital is given by the expression 2 into 2l plus 1. Therefore, the maximum number of electrons in an orbit is n maximum equals small n into the sum of 2 into 2l plus 1 between the limits l equals 0 to l equals n minus 1. This leads to the expression n into 2 multiplied by 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, etc. plus 2 into n minus 1 plus 1. And if we simplify this, we get n into 2 into 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus etc. plus 2n minus 1. The quantity in brackets has n terms whose average value turns out to be half into 1 plus 2n minus 1. Making this substitution in the above expression, we get n maximum as equal to n into 2 into half into 1 plus 2n minus 1. And if we simplify this, finally, the maximum number of electrons in an orbit, n maximum, is obtained as equal to 2n square. Coming to the selection rules. An electron cannot jump from one energy level to all other energy levels. A transition of an electron between two energy levels is possible obeying the following selection rules. The first rule says for L, delta L must be equal to plus or minus 1, which implies value of L changes by plus or minus 1, and this leads to the observed lines. The second condition is for J, and here delta J can be equal to 1 or it can be plus or minus 1. The third selection rule is for S, which says that delta S must be equal to 0. That is, states with different S do not combine with one another. Now we shall try to use these selection rules to explain the spectra of alkali elements. The spectra of alkali atoms like lithium, sodium, potassium has more series in them than in hydrogen. However, the lines in a particular series are found to have a regularly decreasing separation and converge towards a limit as in hydrogen spectra. The similarity between alkali atoms and hydrogen is that all alkali metals have one valence electron in their outermost orbit. Now coming to the explanation of fine structure of sodium D line. In sodium, there are 10 electrons which are firmly bound in the closed shells so that The 11th free electron is responsible for the creation of that spectrum. The D lines, which are referred to as D1 and D2 lines, are due to transitions from the P state to S state. The transitions can be followed as follows. For P state, L is equal to 1, J is equal to 3 by 2 or half. Consider the 3p level of sodium atom. Here, S is equal to half, L is equal to 1, and J is equal to the sum of the two, that is L plus S, to L minus S, which means J can be equal to 1 plus half to 1 minus half. Hence, J is equal to 3 by 2 and J minus half 3 by 2 and half. J minus half, comma, R is equal to 2s plus 1, which is 2 into half plus 1, which is equal to 2. Since J has two values, 3p level splits up into two levels. The spectral terms for the excited state 3p becomes 3p 3 by 2 and 3p half. Next, for the S state, L is equal to 0 and J is equal to plus half. To explain this, consider the 3s level of sodium atom. Here, S is equal to half, L is equal to 0, and hence J is equal to L plus S, which is equal to half. The multiplicity factor is R is equal to 2s plus 1, which is equal to 2 into half plus 1, which is equal to 2. Since J has only one value, 3s level does not split. The spectral terms for the ground state 3s becomes only 3s half. Applying the selection rules, delta L equals plus or minus 1 and delta J equals 0 or plus or minus 1. Thus, only two transitions are allowed, which are as shown in the figure, which produces D1 and D2 lines. Thank you.